So I wanted to do a quick, I don't know, scorpion video, I guess. Gonna update the scorpions that I have. This is the Babycurus jacksoni. This is the regular morph. This one's just, I just love the coloring of this dude. But I just fed it and rehoused it. I took it out of this, and it was just on the log, so I just lift the log up, put it in this. But it's now in this baseball cube, which gives it quite a bit more room. I'm going to do that with the chocolate morph also. I just hot glued a piece of bark to the back for a vertical, and then gave it a log to climb on if it wants. Water dish and a little plant for decoration. But it gives it much more space to maneuver. It's not so hard for me to try and work with them in that little deli cup, but I like the baseball cubes. I'm going to eventually move all the Discalus and Cancracans into those, and then when I get the 4 Darlingi babies in, they'll probably go into these also. I'm going to move my E. murinus out of the baseball cube into a softball cube, but that'll give me, that'll free up one of those so I can move. I have one yet available for the other Jacksoni scorpion that's going to go into there. But this is one, and I'm not sure where. Here he is. Here is the chocolate morph is still in the deli cup right now. This one didn't look so well the other day. Really flat. And I found with scorpions, what I understand is when they get flat, it's because they're hungry. I tried feeding it a couple times, it wouldn't take it, but it finally took a small mealworm last night. It's been eating it since last night. I rehydrated him. He went right for the water, so I'm going to make sure that I keep up a little bit more caution with these scorpions and the watering. They don't seem to be as forgiving as the tarantulas are. So, okay, those are the 2 Jacksonis, and then I will update the Pistophthalmus wahlbergi and the Florida bark scorpion, Centruroides gracilis. We're going to try and feed, and the Asian forest scorpion, the Heterometris spinifer. I'll try, maybe I'll bring my sons to Heterometris cyaneus in and film them too. We'll try feeding them. They're, I don't know, I just, very rarely do I ever get them to eat visually. I really don't ever see them. I feed them and they eat, and when we're not around. But yeah, the snapping turtle is doing outstanding. Just got done feeding it 5 rosy red minnows. It eats the pellets. It's eating worms, night crawlers. It's doing well. So my wife says that Alex can keep them. So we'll probably end up getting now an aquarium for him. And he'll have to go in his bedroom. So we can get a UVB light for the turtle too, so that we can make sure that it gets the UVB rays for the, I guess, the vitamins, or I don't know if that helps process their food. I think that's the heat lamp, right? It helps process the food. UVB is like acting like the sun. So okay, so yeah, I will move on to the other 2 scorpions. The other 3 scorpions. Only one of them needs to eat, and that's the Centruroides gracilis. I don't know if we'll get it to eat or not, but we'll try. It seems to be doing a lot better in the container that I put it in, but I'll get into that when I get them down. Okay, well, here is the Centruroides gracilis, the Florida bark scorpion. Very, very shy. It's been roaming around a lot at night lately. I think since I put him in this bigger, this is a milk bone container, and then put some vertical bark for him to climb on, or her, whatever it is. Seems to be more active. It does dig because it fills the water dish up with dirt, just like scorpion, or just like the tarantulas do. But I still have really not seen it eat very often. I put a male red runner in there. So you could see it crawling right there. I don't think that we'll be able to watch it or see it actually eat, but I'll put it in there and let it go. It likes to be dark. It likes to be in the dark. I know these are pretty prevalent in Florida, of course. I'm not sure if they're in Georgia or in Alabama or I'm assuming that they are, but they are very secretive. You find them, in scrub and under logs and probably on trees, I would imagine, base of trees. I don't know how high they climb, but I have seen people keep them with vertical cork bark. A big tube in the middle and then smaller tubes and, like you would like hollowed out stumps with a communal. And they seem to do fairly well. I really don't have any intentions of trying to breed scorpions at all. It just seems like an awful lot of work trying to, learn breeding tarantulas and working with that and then doing scorpions at the same time. But I wouldn't mind picking up a couple different ones, maybe a little more potent one. Not sure. I'd have to look up the name of the ones that a lot of people have. The Swammerdani or Swammerdami, I think they are. Those look pretty interesting. I don't know that I want to get into the the Death Stalkers or anything like that, and I don't want to spend the money on an Emperor Scorpion. The forest scorpions get just as big, and they're a lot cheaper. So having the 3 that we have here is plenty of Asian forest scorpions. I like the ones that are a couple inches long. Don't get much bigger, but that's the Centrudes gracilis, and I'll update now the Asian forest scorpion. This is the Heterometrus spinifer. I just sprayed the enclosure and filled up the dish. It was actually swimming, and I didn't catch it on film. And it was drinking, and I didn't catch it on film. I was too busy trying to catch a small cricket to throw in there. So there's a little tiny cricket floating around in there somewhere. But yeah, that's the Heterometrus spinifer. Asian forest scorpion, and that's this is there's the little cricket. Doesn't have anything to do with it as normal. Looks like it might be closer to a molt. Looks a little bit stretched on the sides, but this is the one that tries to escape all the time, climbing up the sides. So that's him, her. Not quite sure yet. And we'll have the Opisthothalamus and Wahlbergi next. Alright, so there is the Wahlbergi, the Opisthothalamus of Wahlbergi, kind of buried under its bark. Hasn't really burrowed much, but for having a common name as the burrowing scorpion. These are from, if I'm right, I think I'm right, Tanzania. Goodness, doesn't want to focus. There we go. He's not very big. This is the baseball cube. So he's only maybe 1.25 inches. Pretty good eater. I'm going to try and put a small cricket in there real quick and see what happens. Okay, so he doesn't really seem to be interested in it whatsoever. I was told to make sure that these have water. So I've been trying to keep up on that. Seems to like it on the dry side. Pretty cool coloring. I like that dark brown with the blacks in there. It's been a pretty good scorpion so far. This is probably the first time I tried feeding it that it hasn't eaten. I gave it a small worm, and I'm not exactly sure that it ate it. one of the micro mealworms. So it may be coming up close to a molt, so we're going to probably get that cricket out of there if it doesn't eat it by the time I get home from work tonight, and let it go. Make sure it's got water, and that's about it. Those are the 5 scorpions in my collection. There's the 2 in my son's, but they're in the other room. So we'll skip them for this video. We will try to do a video on those 2 themselves. We'll bring the whole enclosure in here and film them in here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. I'm trying to catch up on comments, but I'm having a hard time. Every time I go to comment, because I'm using the phone, it'll tell me comment isn't allowed. So for those of you that have commented and I haven't commented back, know that I've been reading them, and I appreciate the feedback and just a general consensus comments. But yeah, things are going good here. We had which I now am pretty certain that the Homoeoma species blue is actually, from what I'm gathering now, Thrixopelma lagunis. That's what seems everybody has been labeling it, so that's what I'm going to start calling it. That one molted. The molt was torn right at the book lung area, so I couldn't sex it. It got kind of long. Legs are kind of long, but that species seems to be a little longer in the legs than most, so we'll just keep raising it as it is, and hopefully next molt we'll be able to tell if it's a male or female. Where did I put its little piece of cork bark? Oh, there it is. I'm going to cover this guy back up and leave him be. And that's about all for this video here. I'll end you with my wonderful male Monocentropus balfouri, named 7. Hopefully he's going to hang in there till we can find someone that's got a female, or someone that wants to send me a female. And I'd like to try and breed the balfouris because the moms usually take care of them, so we can keep the babies in. And I want to try the Harpactira pulchripes when she molts again. I think she'll be ready to go. It's just a matter of finding someone now that's willing to do a 50-50 with someone that has yet to get a successful egg sac. And I keep trying. We'll keep trying until we do the. This is I'm giving you guys a little bit of add-ons here for the scorpions. But here's the Discalus and the Cancracans. They all ate, all 5 of them. 3 Cancracans, 2 Discalus. Oh wait, no, I think the 1 Cancracan hasn't eaten this one here. That one hasn't eaten yet. The cricket's still running around, but everybody else has. So that's where we're at. Hopefully I'll get those, the stuff that's all down at Vlad's soon, so I can get that all set and get everybody situated. I'd like to get that Poecilotheria smithy and the Chilobrachys fimbriatus. Those 2 I'm looking forward to quite a bit. And of course the Phormictopus cancerides. Those guys are probably going to give me a handful. But yep, that's where we're at. The Nandu Colorado Velosa still hasn't eaten yet, but everybody else is doing wonderful. The molted Metallica, she still is not ready to eat yet. She's skinny, but not ready to eat yet. And there's some eyeballs for you. That is the Aphonopelma gabelli. With her little eyeballs there. She's been in the water quite a bit. So this girl here is going to get moved. I haven't decided. I think I actually want to just get another one of these football helmet cases and put her in there. That's what I think I want to do. And that'll probably be her home for good. I don't think she'll need anything more than that. They get roughly 3 to possibly 4 inches at full growth. If she does get too big for it, I mean, he's all of 3.5 inches, and Denver down there who desperately needs to molt. His abdomen is huge. He's going to be pushing 4 inches too, so he'll probably be in there for one more molt, and then he'll move into something different. But yep, that's where we're at. And the next feeding video is going to be, we're going to try to feed the 5 Brachypelma albopilosums. We may try that tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow, before I head to work. So have a good day on this Wednesday. Enjoy your evening or your day, whatever is happening right now. And I will saw you all later. Saw you right in half. I will see everyone later with another video. Thanks. Bye.